Hello, welcome to another Elite FTS You Ask, We Answer with Dave Tate. I'm Sheena Leadham, Content Coordinator of Elite FTS, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Our first question comes from Ryan, and he asks, how will this LTT 7 be different from previous years?
Each Learn to Train seminar that we do is always a little bit different than the one previously because we use the surveys. Every seminar that I've ever done that I can think of had been surveyed going all the way back to the very first seminar that I did, because I learned that it was through the responses of the participants that we could get better. With the Learn to Train, because it's kind of taken the seminars to a higher level than what I've done previously, the feedbacks become even more important. So to answer the question of how this one's going to be different than previous ones, I really can only go off Learn to Train 6 compared to what we're going to do at Learn to Train 7, because Learn to Train 6 was so far different than 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Each one has progressed in its own way to be better than what the previous was. And every seminar has its faults, which we correct and then make it a strength. Then you find out that something else didn't go well, so you try to fix that. So this one, I think we pretty much have all the bases covered. Granted, I'm sure something will pop up, but difference between this one and previous seminars. This time we're bringing the speakers down to really just 3 people. We're going to have Matt Winning, we're going to have Josh Bryant, and they're going to speak on programming, how to develop strength training program predominantly for squat, bench, and deadlift. And we're going to allow them to speak for an hour and a half, which is going to give enough time for them to cover pretty much their methodology in a general sense. For them to cover it in a specific sense would take a whole day, but enough so people will walk away saying, this is how you're supposed to train, how Matt Winning would want you to train. This is how you're supposed to train, how Josh Bryant wants you to train, and then allow time for the Q&As after that. My presentation is going to be actually based on whatever the previous attendance. When we send out the pre-registration, we're going to ask them what they want me to speak on. That's entirely based upon whatever they tell me. So I can't even tell you what I'm going to speak on at this point in time. That's completely an open door. So the lecture part of it is going to be a lot more specific and a lot more detailed than it's ever been in the past for the Learn to Trains. The practical part, we're going to limit the number. We're going to cut it down. I think we got a little bit in over our head the last time. When things are for charity and you see people that are signing up, you kind of get in that mindset of, oh, we can fit one more. We can fit one more. And last time I think we got a little in over our head. So we're bringing the numbers down substantially. We're going to try to cut it off at 60, where the last time we had 80, which is going to, but we're still going to have the same number of coaches, which is going to bring up the coach attendant ratio. I do believe, I don't have the exact list, we're going to have around 30 coaches. So now you're talking, one coach per 2 people, which is going to cover everything that they need to have covered. That's the main difference is, we're increasing the service by cutting the numbers down. Pricing wise is going to stay the same. So it's not like we're going to cut the numbers down and increase the price. And the lectures are going to be way more structured and detailed, but still understandable, because the presenters that we have know how to break things down into an understandable way. So a beginner will be able to sit there and completely understand what's going on. They don't have to have an advanced degree in strength and conditioning to be able to understand the programming. Regardless of their level, when they leave, they're going to know, how Matt programs and how Josh programs, which by the way are completely 2 different styles. So while you may think it will be confusing to whoever the attendants are, it's far from that. They're going to latch on and they're going to find commonality in one of the 2. So everybody's going to walk away with a better understanding on how they should train for themselves.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Ryan, for your question. If you have any more concerns or questions about the Learn to Train seminar, just go ahead on our website, www.elitefts.com, or check out our Facebook page.